Board games are here to play. Board games are here to stay. Probably. Hello, everyone. And I see we've got someone watching. And I am Bez, and I am designer of games, developer of stuff, and artist. And I have some big news that Inside the Box has announced that Seize the Power has been signed up, which I'm super excited about. And so for those who don't know, Seize the Power is a game I co-created with Tiz, all about negotiation, discrimination and subjugation of power, which are quite hard-hitting concepts, but I believe that games can be more than just light-hearted fun. But of course, tonight we are here for the light-hearted fun.
Also, Seize the Power was quite fun when I tried it. As well as being a serious comment, it was quite fun as well.
I'm really happy to hear that. And I mean, it is hopefully a game that it's a bit more serious, obviously, than Yogi or How Much Money or whatever. But I do hope that people will continue to play it for pleasure, because I think that's ultimately why Lizzie McGee's The Landlord's game fell down, whereas the game of Charles Darrow markets it as Monopoly because it's incorporated the stuff from the Mormons. I believe it was the Mormons who included the set collection into Monopoly. And so it was because of that, I believe that it's a game that was half decent, and then through a bit of iteration and development through the public playing of it, it became a better game. And that's why people played that version, the capitalist version, rather than the single tax.
Well, I wouldn't class it as better. It's certainly effective of bringing out all the tension in the family that's been under the surface for so long.
Well, put this into context. Monopoly, I think the Landlord's game was like 1913 or something, but Monopoly was like in the 30s. So what else was there in the 30s? Games weren't as good then.
Yeah, I suppose. But now we've got so much option.
Yay for modern board games!
No one's got any excuse to play Monopoly again.
Jason, what do you wish to say about yourself?
So I'm Jason. Pronouns he and they. I am a composer and a aliophile, as a self-proclaimed aliophile, which means I'm obsessed with dice, to the point I use them in compositions in some way or another. But massive Whovian, although this might break some people's hearts with this.
So, for those who don't know, that means you love Doctor Who.
Yeah. So this is R2. I love him in Star Trek. I can't remember how many references there are in that, but it's just ridiculous. Probably one of my favorite T-shirts. Probably. Oh yeah, I'm a PhD candidate. I forget about that. Currently working towards my PhD. Now I've had the upgrade 2 months ago now. So that's the biggest thing in my life right now.
So you've got a little sort of mini conspiracy theory thing going on behind you. I like it when you've got a sort of big sprawling thing. Yeah.
So I had one,
yeah.
And then it became irrelevant because I'd moved on. So I took it all down when we moved the conservatory around. And I've also just realised I've accidentally created a noose. I moved
that was slightly
wire out of the way of another wire because it was getting killed. And I've just accidentally created a noose next to a conspiracy theory, which doesn't quite...
Anyway.
But yeah, so this is divided. So this is chance, and I'm working towards the definition of chance and indeterminacy as a compositional tool in music, which is a little bit pulling your hair out because I delve into free will, determinism, quantum theory, etymology, which is the study of develop language, lexicology, so definitions, all sorts of stuff. So it's very pulling your hair out. I don't even understand what I'm writing at the moment. So,
and so that is Jason, the musical academic.
What about yourself, Tom?
Also helping me out with stuff by Bez. And Tom, Tom Cauldron, the original Tom, one might say. Unless they were kind of ignoring all the Toms that have predated you throughout history. Oh,
well, they don't count.
Yeah. You're the only one that matters because you're here.
Yes. That's, yeah. I am not a PhD candidate. I haven't been in education for quite some decades. But, oh, Jason's gone. I have designed a game with Bez's L deck called Categorical, by Jason. And that's how I'm involved with the whole Stuff by Bez thing.
And you're also a big proponent. Well, you used to be back in the days of pre-isolation. Used to be a big person in the treehouse running their playtest.
Yeah.
And sometimes see you on a Friday at the playtest.
Yeah.
And Tom is lovely. And Alina.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Hello. No. So I'm an illustrator, book designer, and visual artist in general, mini. And also I'm interested in game because I develop some and just like playing it and make people laugh.
And yeah, Alina has some wonderful illustrations kind of subverting the roles of humans and animals recently. And you can check all that on AKLINA. If you search for that, is that correct?
Actually, lastly, I realized that my Instagram page has a full name in terms of like how to, describe it. So I made it simpler, akilina.po.
AKLINA.do.
P-O, yeah.
P-O for Poland.
You know what?
Wait, I thought you were Ukrainian. What's all that about?
Yeah, but I'm tricky all the time, making it complicated. But
yeah, you're going to Poland for holiday. You're talking about Poland, bringing me Polish sweets, and now you're doing .po. You're just pretending to be Polish.
Yes, actually, it's my strategy here. Yeah, officially I'm Polish, but also in the same time, my surname is Potemska.
Of course. I'm sorry. I forgot that. So I'm Bez Shahriori, that's Tom Cauldron, Alina Potemska, and Jason Hodgson.
Hodgson. It's a very difficult name to say.
Hodgson.
Hodgson. It's a soft D and G mushed together. Hodgson. Because the English language likes to muck up words. So, it literally means son of a hedge. That's what it literally means. I don't know why.
Yeah. Tonight, we are going to play two different games. We're going to play Giftable, which we've had lots of fun in the past. It's designed by David Brain for my own LDEC. And we are also playing How Much Money, which is by our regular guest who's off now doing their own thing every Thursday, Chris Backe, whom it's all about how much money would it take us to do some crazy things. But first of all, I do have to talk about the competition time. So if you win this competition, if you are based in the UK, I will, wherever you are, you can get any one of my games that has my name on it. So you can choose literally anything, whether it's In a Bind Junior, the In a Bind Yogi, or that, or Kitty Cataclysm. You can't get, my games from the future because they don't exist yet, and I don't have them. So only stuff from the present or the past. But the way to enter is simply by writing in the comments something you have recently enjoyed that starts with B. I mean, you could just say something, and if you can make it into a fun sentence, so much the better, but just write a sentence with at least 2 words in it that starts with B. For example, it could be bread that was baked. Something like that.
Baked bread.
No, it has. Yeah, you could say that. So as long as you've got written 2 words that starts with a B, that is all you need to do. Write it in the comments. At the end of the whole show, we will pick one person randomly, and they will win a bunch of stuff. And if you are based in the UK, not only will you get the thing, I will also talk to you about some games that you can get on top of that, because I prefer UK people. No, it's actually not. It's actually because postage costs. So, are you shaking your head at me even daring to say that I prefer UK people?
Yeah, I mean, that's nationalist. No, that's a different thing entirely. There's another word for it, I'm sure.
Jingoism?
Jingo, possibly.
That's a word. Yeah.
So to
I'm all
start
out of
off,
words, and I'm so lost without them. So, go on.
I was trying to think of the next line, but I can't. So we're going to start off with how much money?
Oh wait, I don't think I have a name card for you. Remind me your name. I've got everyone. So we've got Bez, Tom, and
Alina.
Alina. I haven't got a name card for you. How bad of me.
I don't either.
We don't need name cards for this one.
No. Oh no, that's the other one. That's the other one.
So and we won't need name cards for either of these games. For how much money? The way it works is you've got one daredevil. I will be the first daredevil, and the card asks me, which I'm going to look at semi-random bits of cards, and it says how much money would it take me to paint. Oh no, we already did paint your entire body pink. Okay. To lose all taste for a month. So magically, in my mouth, I am not able to taste anything. So presumably I can still feel textures. Presumably I can still, feel what's going in my mouth, but I can't taste anything. So in theory, I couldn't tell the difference between chocolate and bread and citrus fruit and feces. So
that was a weird list. I'll put my pens away. Give me a second.
I know how much money it would take me to do this. I've finalized it. So now everyone else is allowed to ask me any questions about this scenario. Tom, Alina, Jason, and anyone in the comments.
Are we not having the yes or no answers?
I'm opening it out a bit more. We'll see
Okay.
how
Are there any?
Oh no, carry on, Jason.
Are there any tastes that you dislike more than others?
Sure. I mean, out of that list of 4 things that I said,
I'm talking about like sour, umami, sweet, salty. Those long lists.
I
which I'm
like
sure
all
there's
those tastes. I mean, well, I don't like bitter quite so often, but I like all of them from time to time. I like the 99% chocolate. I had some about 5 clementines earlier today. I like all sorts of things.
Would you still have a sense of smell, do you think?
Would I still have a sense of smell? I am imagining that, yes, I would have a sense of smell. So I could sniff it, and yeah, remember that crisps, I guess crisps do actually have a bit of a sense that I might become more attuned to that. And hello, Patricia. It's lovely to have you with us.
Binging on beds, like I see what you did there.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would ask if you would be excited to try now something.
Would I be excited to try?
Or like what you would be excited to try now?
Oh, as in what I would want to eat right now?
No, like I mean, after you would lose your taste, maybe you would be excited that you can now try something that you was scared or wouldn't be able to try before.
I don't think there's any food that anything that normal people would eat, I'm probably going to eat. I have eaten this salty licorice that some people say, "Oh, this is the most horrible thing ever," and I enjoy the intensity of the flavor, so I'm never scared off by taste. I enjoy all sorts of tastes. Tom, any questions?
Is there anything that you really like to eat that you know you shouldn't?
Yes. I do. I have been having quite a bit of. So yesterday, I unpacked from aircon. Well, I didn't quite finish. I did quite a bit of unpacking, and in the process of that, I ate this.
Right.
Yeah, Bez has a lot of dark chocolate at conventions. Dark chocolate.
There were
nuts.
only two. There were only 2 big bars left over. I enjoyed big bars of chocolates. That's something I enjoyed.
Right. So it could be an opportunity to purge yourself of all these things that you know you shouldn't eat.
Thinking about the things that you eat, we're not going to think about taste now. Are there any textures that you would be put off by if you couldn't taste it?
Textures that I would be put off by. Maybe I would. Well, crackly stuff, stuff that you need to bite a bit harder into, because then it's like, oh, is this the food? Even normally, I sometimes worry about that. Is this the food that's breaking, or is there something wrong going on in my teeth? And I genuinely worry about that.
That's why I avoid pork crackling these days.
So, unless there's any other questions, I'm going to ask everyone to write down a number. And if you're following along in the comments, feel free to write down how much money you think it would take me to undergo this magical transformation wherein I cannot taste anything for an entire month. How much money would I want to receive? And you can write any amount. It's in Great British Pounds because we are all based in Britain. And we don't want to worry about conversion or whatnot. What's that cough?
Alina?
And you are allowed to do no amount, which means that I wouldn't do it for any amount of money in the world, basically infinite, or you're allowed to do it for 0, which means that I would actually quite happily do it for free.
As we discovered that you would like to have a day with a sumo wrestling champion for free.
I would totally do that. Yeah. So, yeah. Everyone, reveal your answers. No amount. 2,000. And what's that, Alina? 2,000 as well.
No, one.
1,000. I would do it for free.
Free?
Yeah. I mean, I would, exactly what Tom said, I would see this as an opportunity to purge myself from all these sweets and everything, and to focus on, just what matters and the healthier things. Because if I can't taste the difference between, I can feel the difference, but if I can't taste the difference between any drink and water, then that's going to be a massive opportunity for me to now, get healthy.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I really don't like the taste of the water down here. It's very hard and chalky, and I filter it, but there's still something left in it, and it's just a bit, yeah.
And also, I would really enjoy developing a new relationship with food. So in that round, I'm afraid that no one won any points. So
I
Tom,
think it was you enjoy food. You're always cooking something amazing, even if I can't. My taste buds can't handle it.
That once in a lifetime experience. That would totally reframe you. It would get you to enjoy smells a bit more. It would get you to savor the texture, and it might make me reframe. Okay, I'm not eating for the taste. What am I eating for? And maybe
it's sort of like
going to be
a restaurant. There's a restaurant in Paris, I think, where you eat completely in the dark.
Yes, I think there's in
So
London
that's sort of
as well.
taking out the sight of food from the equation totally, so you can concentrate more on the taste. So you'd be taking out the taste, so you can concentrate on the texture. And
There's one in London too, I think.
Okay.
I'm tempted to go, but I've got a heightened sensation of textures in my mouth already, so not gonna happen.
So, cards number 2 for Tom.
Oh, wait, can I clarify why Jason didn't get a point? Because he was...
Because everyone was too much. You need to be the closest without going over.
So the difference is free and no amount.
What is the difference?
No amount is there's not enough money in the world to make me do that, and free, I would do that. Experience.
Directly opposite. Okay, I said no amount.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no amount is like infinite money.
Okay, cool.
So, Tom.
Yes.
Do you drink tea, don't you?
I do.
Well, this is going to be at least mildly interesting. How much would it take you to go 1 month without any coffee or tea?
Right.
So you're allowed to drink anything, but nothing that could be described as coffee or tea. No herbal tea, no, green tea, no black tea.
Yeah, I suppose, because otherwise you get away with that without. There's iced tea.
Yeah, none of that.
Fruit teas, caffeinated free teas.
So, Tom, do you know your amount?
I'll write that down. Yeah. Yeah.
There's gossip tea.
Tea for all the world to see, and not to drop to drink.
No, I'm going to change that. Sorry. Yeah, I've got an amount now.
Okay, you couldn't drink Mr. T either. I don't think that would be allowed.
Damn it.
I mean, if you wanted to puree Mr. T somehow, actually, let's not go there. That's a bit dark.
It wasn't going dark. My mind went somewhere else, not appropriate for PG-13. That's for sure.
Oh. So Patricia's in there and is guessing that there's no amount of money that would get Tom to do this. Straight off the bat. What I want to ask, Tom, is do you drink coffee?
Yes. Today I had about 4 cups.
Ooh.
Would you consider yourself a little bit of an addict of tea and coffee? As in, do you drink more than 6 cups a day?
Not usually. That is about my limit.
What would happen if you wouldn't have coffee a day?
I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Okay. So, is your routine in the morning get up, make yourself a cuppa, and go and
usually, yes. Yeah. I mean, generally today it was getting up and making a coffee just to get away from the desk, rather than I really wanted a coffee.
Okay, let me ask my second question. Tom, do you share a cuppa, like figuratively speaking, as in have a cuppa at the same time as Polly fairly often?
Yes.
Okay.
Usually get one in the morning and maybe one in the evening.
Here's the question. Another question. How strong do you have your tea and coffee? As in, do you leave the tea bag in? Do you have no sugar, no milk? How do you have your tea and coffee?
Milk, no sugar. Not super strong, not weak.
So Builder's coffee? Builder's tea and coffee?
No, no sugar.
Slightly brown. No sugar, but but still brown.
Yeah.
I think that's a good amount of questions to establish what kind of tea and coffee drinker Tom is. So let's write our numbers down. Trying to gauge Tom. I think Tom would do it for this amount.
I have a number. I just need to write it down because I've run out of spare paper.
Okay. And yeah, Patricia, if you want to change your amount, then that's totally fine. But I don't think there's anything that we've heard that would change that, probably.
Oh, is that for
So
me?
we are guessing how much it would take Tom to not drink any tea or coffee for an entire month. How much does Tom love their tea and coffee?
Yep.
Okay, Alina, have you written?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing 5,000.
Okay.
I'm guessing
Wow.
500.
And 1,000. And what is the actual amount?
Oh,
I wouldn't actually mind that much. I mean, it'd probably be good to detox a bit.
I think.
Just do it because it's there, really.
Wow.
I mean,
So-
I'm glad I didn't pick up the other one. We were 1-0. I was 1-0 off.
Yes.
My
Yeah, I
goodness.
surprised, but as he
And
was
Patricia was the furthest away. I mean, it's so, yeah, there we go.
But I definitely went over.
I say I do have quite a lot, but not usually because I really, really want a cup of coffee. Just something to do, something to have.
So,
Oh,
Alina,
habitual drinker.
how much money would it take you to wear a blindfold, completely blocking your sight for 1 full day? So you have to be blindfolded,
Mhm.
and you can't see anything for 1 full day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I
Can I
mean,
choose the day?
Pardon?
Would I be able to choose which day it
Well,
would
you
be?
can specify a little bit.
You can choose the exact stipulations and exact details of this, and then tell us about it.
Yes.
So let's say yes, you can choose the day.
Okay. During the weekend, let's say
So
Saturday. Yeah, it will be Saturday.
I'm guessing you use your eyes a lot for your work. Have you ever thought about exploring your work in another medium?
You mean like clay or something?
Just something more hands-on, or even doing an experiment where you would create your art with blindfolds on. I mean, I thought about improvising with no sound coming into my ears.
Well, yeah, it's absolutely possible because I like three-dimensional things and I like sculpting as well, like doing some figures, doing some work with different materials which are very has different texture, like textile or felt, or like making sculpture from felt making. So definitely, it would be like another way of experiencing things. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you thinking that you would have someone there to help you with things while you're blindfolded?
Well, maybe.
Are you
Depends what I will be doing. So sometimes I stay just in the same place for whole day, and then like I don't like move very much, and like asking things for help is possible, but also like in place alpha I can just choose to do something which would be like managing by myself.
Do you enjoy meditation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, quite much. Bringing like to another dimension, like dreaming, like wandering, can also help me to wide my imagination and thinking about things from another perspective.
Okay. Take us through how you an average way you think about your creative medium. So do you just go onto whatever your canvas, whatever you want to call your canvas, and start? Or do you, and see where it goes, do you rigorously make notes and plan out? Do you scroll through other people's work for inspiration? Or do you let your mind take you there? So you it's very, I wouldn't say spiritual, but that kind
do you do lots of pondering?
Yeah, pondering around it.
Well, definitely it depends. Could be different ways. But maybe the most common for me it's collecting some ideas during the different time. So making some research or just putting into the my notebook different drawings, ideas, writing, or like walking through the like now my favorite place is canal, so I walk here and there, and then like once I stop and see something, I definitely need to write down or draw it or make a sketch and whatever, and then like I collect all those ideas and then see what is more inspirational for me, the biggest inspiration for me another day, and then like I work with this.
Of course, we all presuming you're continuing working. Do you imagine yourself working on this
Cut
day?
the questions there. Let's keep it to each, if that's okay. Because we've got a guess from Patricia of £10,000 is the amount. So I think it's fair for all of us to now make a stab at a guess of how much money would it take for Alina to perform the stunt of being fully blindfolded, being unable to see anything at all for one entire day. So,
I've got a number.
I've got a number. Have you got a number, Jason?
Yep.
Number is £10.
£174.50.
£355.
And Patricia said 10,000.
Oh, okay.
So what's the actual answer?
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, you are quite close in a way because it's 200.
Ooh,
Tom gets a point.
I got a point. Is that the first point of the game?
After 3 rounds, finally, someone has gotten a point because Tom and I were just cheapskates that no one expected. Okay, so what we worked out is we are all crazy people who do all these crazy things for not very much money.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Well, they've all been
experience, yeah. Why not?
they've all been potentially interesting experiences rather than just purely unpleasant. So yeah, we're all just positive. Looking at
opportunity. Treating crisis as opportunity, right?
Keeping the theme of potentially interesting experiences, Jason, going 72 hours without sleeping at all. So I think for this one, you've got to assume that you are having micro sleep, but if ever you actually fall asleep, someone will come up to you and they'll kind of wake you up.
Can I change? Because that is actually an experience that I have consistently been a part of.
Okay. Have we already
but I wouldn't choose it.
I would have guessed that about you, Jason.
Okay.
Particularly at the end of a bit of coursework.
Okay. For 1 week, actually, this is another interesting one. Only use technology that's at least 10 years old.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that still opens you up to quite a lot. I mean, when did the Xbox 360 come around?
You presume I own an Xbox.
Well, you might.
It doesn't just mean game-based stuff.
This stuff might. You might get enough money to buy 10-year-old stuff.
Is there a time period for this, or
at least
for a month?
I think
for a month, right? I missed
for a month.
Oh no, sorry, for a week.
A week.
Only
For a
use
week.
tech.
Let's make it a month. Let's make it a month.
Okay, let's make it a month.
I'm raising the stakes.
Okay, and Patricia says that.
And I've already written down my answer.
They need to rethink how much they value things versus us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
well, we're
using tech that's at least 10 years old for one entire month.
Okay.
And just to let you know, the original Xbox 360 came out in 2005, and actually the redesigned one came out in 2010.
Okay, I was 10 when it first came out, just to make you guys all feel a bit older there. I was
Aw.
10.
Shush.
Millennials.
Technically, I'm a Gen Z.
Blooming
I'm
babies.
literally right on the cusp between millennials
Blooming
and Gen Z.
blistering babies. All bubbling gans.
You can't enter the competition.
Okay, that's getting into some weird witch's brew there.
Okay.
Go ask the questions.
Okay,
Ask.
questions. Jason, do you use a lot of technology in your PhD work? Modern, recent technology?
Yes. Well, I use the basics, computers. I've got a digital piano. But largely speaking, unless I have to roll 2,500 dice rolls, I will not use. I try to use physical means like a Rubik's cube or physical dice. But I'm not rolling 2,500, so I do code it.
Jason, how old is your digital piano and how old is your computer?
So my computer is only 3 years old. I got a renewal from uni, thankfully, because the last one died. A very painful death. My piano, I've got to think about this. Oh, crikey, it's older than... Okay, so it's... Mark and I have been together for 8 years, and I've had that piano at least, I was going to say, probably a decade, maybe more, but I'm
Nice.
It's definitely more than I have... Longer than I have been with Michael, but I can't tell you how much more. So it may be 10, it may be 9.
Well, that's pretty pertinent for this question.
Okay, I would ask then, like, if your phone would cracked, like fall down and then the screen would be cracked, what would you do with it?
What I do with it? Throw away. It's dead to me. I would make sure I had things backed up. I know that. I try to back things up regularly. But I have had this in the past of not cracking, but of it just dying and not working at all. And I went to the attic, got one of my old phones out, used for a few weeks while I saved up for a new one. And even that was secondhand because the next one was a renewal of contract for my grandmother. So my phones are secondhand. Even though they're flashy iPhones. I like iPhones.
Okay, my final question to you, Jason. So in this scenario where you're only allowed to use 10-year-old technology, are you assuming that you would get anything given to you as part of this deal?
I am not.
Okay.
Though I would like to, but I am not presuming.
Are you assuming that this month would still be in lockdown?
Considering I'm a PhD student and an experimental composer, most of my life is in lockdown. So yes. What is this lockdown you speak of? But I have to say on record, I do feel for parents. Especially parents with those with kids with additional needs, such as this autistic nut job. We could be a handful. Painful was right, but handful for his kids.
Yeah. Any
more questions?
For a month?
I have an answer.
I have an answer.
Okay, and Patricia's answer is 100, and my answer is 700.
250.
1,000.
3.
What?
I have coded for just the hell of it on an Atari. I own an Atari ST. I can't remember what the RAM is because it's in the attic for a while now, and I have coded 4 pieces of music on that. Yes, I used the Flash Pi, but that was to show for a reason. But I've coded on Atari.
Okay, right now I'm going to ask you.
It actually cost me. to buy it. It cost me, I think I got it for 80 quid, which wasn't a bad deal because it was all of the bits and working. And I coded to
Tricia was the closest.
for flute. It was for flute, and I can show you. It's on YouTube. It is on YouTube, and it was part of my bachelor's or master's. I can't remember which one now. It's a couple of years ago.
I am challenging this. I don't really believe you would do this for free, because if you would do this for free, then prove it. Do it for free.
Do you want me to prove it? I won't be able to Skype with you next week.
Oh,
I'll Zoom with you next week for the meeting, or bring you.
Will you be able to phone me?
I'm uncertain whether I'll be able to get a SIM card that fits, but I can try.
Oh no!
I use. Put it this way: I am writing a piece for Music Box. How much more old school can you get there?
Yeah.
10 meters of the damn
I like that thing where I try to call your bluff, and then you're saying, "Okay, if you call my bluff, I will." Do you actually want me to do it?
I can't do your work.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Jason and I have a weekly Skype call where Jason basically helps me establish a to-do list and go over everything. And yeah, I would...
It takes another creative to organise a fellow creative.
But in what situation would you do it for free? Someone just asks you to do it. You wouldn't do it for free, surely.
Hey,
because...
I would take it up if I've limited myself on certain things for my projects. Actually, I hate modern technology. I avoid I don't write electronic music. I use Logic and paid for it because I had to, because I needed to edit it for the uni. But I would much rather give it over to someone else. And
oh my goodness!
The only thing, and to be fair, there's even notation software on an Atari. The only thing that's keeping me on a computer is Sibelius, and I don't even write with real traditional notation anymore. I use PowerPoint to create my music, or I write down instructions, which can easily be done by hand.
Okay.
You want to challenge me on this? I will do it.
That was crazy. Okay, we're going to have a quick intermission. We've had one full round, and I think Alina was the only person who won a point.
No.
Who was the... Oh, no, it was Tom. I'll write down the scores. Tom, I've written your name down to remember that you got the point. But first, to remember that there is a competition going on, and as a quick intermission, what you've got to do to enter this competition, which allows you to win any one of my games, or indeed Yogi, anything with my name on it, and to enter, what you've got to do is to say something that you enjoyed in the past week, write a sentence, tell us something you enjoyed, and within that sentence have at least 2 words that start with the letter B. For example, you could even just say, I enjoyed seeing my nieces. It was blooming brilliant, which is something that I have enjoyed in the past week. And that is the competition time, and we will choose someone semi-randomly at the very end. So we are going to speed through a second round of this before we finish. So, climb 50 flights of stairs in a skyscraper. How much money would it take me to do this?
How many stairs?
50 flights.
Oh,
so
50
up
flights.
to floor 450.
How tall is each floor?
I'm assuming normal floor length. You know, it's normal. I'm kind of thinking it's like the height of the shard.
No time frame?
Yeah, you could do it over
Nah,
a week.
I don't think there's any time frame. But I have to get all the way up there.
Like
And
during the month?
pardon?
Like 1 week maybe.
Well, I mean, if I'm willing to camp on these stairs, then sure, I guess. But that doesn't seem like a way to live a life.
You could go up 2 flights, then take the lift back down and go and back to the rest of the day, and do another 2 flights the next day. So, yeah.
Do you like hiking?
So I like hiking. I have enjoyed hiking in the past.
But
Do
like
you find
mountains or more hills?
Do I prefer mountains or hills? Is that what you asked?
Like, I mean, have you like it was intensive hiking or just more on the hills?
More. I prefer like something like a hill. For me, climbing up something which is like the height of 2 stories, and then I kind of see from the top of that, and then I get a little bit of satisfaction. Maybe I'd go up to the top of. Let's be honest. In the UK, there's like one thing that can arguably called a mountain. That's Ben Nevis, and even that isn't that tall.
Okay.
I've not been up Ben Nevis for the record.
How out of
Okay.
breath? How out of breath do you get on a short pair of stairs? Like your stairs in your house, which are really steep. How out of breath do you get going up them?
I've never gotten out of breath. That's just one flight. Yeah, I've never gotten out of breath.
It's just one flight, but they are very steep.
I mean, I have started running recently, and when I say I've started, I mean that I did it 2 or 3 times, and I've not done it for the past week. But I do plan to maybe do it tomorrow. Maybe being the operative word. So yeah, when I'm running, I get to run about 5 minutes, and then I'm pretty out of breath, I'm going to admit.
I think I've got a number. So.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean,
oh
yeah.
Yep, I've got my number written down. So Patricia says 3. Patricia thinks I would enjoy the challenge. Okay, everyone else, Tom, Alina, Jason's show.
100.
100. 3. Well, the answer is 100.
Whoa!
Because I was thinking that I do like the idea of it. I do like the notion of the challenge, and I was tempted to go 3, but then I felt, would I actually make the effort to get there and set time aside for it? Because it's not just about enjoying the challenge. It's also about, going there and setting time aside and having the hassle and being like, okay, if I go up there, I need to kind of really work to even get up to the top. And I thought, it wouldn't be about the money, but to be like, okay, I'll, give it to charity or something, but I'd want to at least do a thing for it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd be like, if I go up to the top of the flights, okay, someone's donating £100 for charity in my name. Okay, I'll do it for that. Because I'd want to just have more of a reason to set aside the time than just saying, I'll do it.
Yeah, you're not going to go out there and do that tomorrow, are you?
No, I wouldn't.
If a little boy decided to do something for charity, and he went up the stairs in their house many, many times, enough to reach the height of Everest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, raising lots of money for charity.
Over what time period?
I don't know how long it took him, actually. I think it was like a month or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm literally just
4,022 times up the stairs.
I would just say I'm just trying to search to see how many flights of stairs the Eiffel Tower is equivalent to, because I've walked up with that. So because it was free and I'm a cheap person, and it was surprisingly easy to walk up those stairs. And I wouldn't consider myself a very fit person, certainly nowhere near as fit as Bez, who runs around convention centres on a not so frequent basis now, but very frequent basis in future. So
in the past,
considering, and the future, hopefully.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Considering that there are about 600 steps, walkable steps, I think, in the Eiffel Tower, that's not many. That's a fair few flights, I think. If we,
Oh,
so I
apparently
think you could easily do it.
Everest was 4,022 flights of stairs
Right. So
Okay.
in 11 days.
it's amazing that 50 flights is not that many.
So, Tom,
Yes.
the question is, would you wear clothes that are 3 sizes too big for a week? And if so, how much would you do it for? I mean, obviously, don't tell us yet. That's, you know how this game works. So how much money would it take, Tom, to wear clothes is 3 sizes too big? And because it's not exactly clear what sizes means in this context, let's say that means that you've got to wear triple XL clothes, like just...
Okay.
You're making presumptions there, dangerous presumptions there, Bez.
Because, I mean, sizes could be, in numbers, or it could be in centimeters, or it could be...
And I have to say, the numbering system doesn't work. As someone who's
No
new
system works.
No,
It's
someone who is
conspiracy.
as someone who is new to buying non-traditional male clothes, the size 18 is different depending on what shop you go to.
It's a conspiracy to just confuse people so people buy the wrong size.
Well, large
That's a bucket.
sizes are different based on where you go.
Exactly.
The only one that makes sense is traditional male jeans, where it's actually this many inches around the waist. That makes sense. Where it's an
Yeah, they
actual
do,
measurement.
Okay. So are we talking generally large then, or generally wider and taller rather than just wider? Because you can get short legs and wide.
Tom?
Yes. Yeah.
Tom, do you own many belts?
At least 2, maybe 3.
Do you own a snuggly blanket, or snood or whatever they're called? You know, where you put your arms through and you have them on the sofa?
No, I don't.
Do you have
So that's
in
going to
your normal daily routine, would you have a lot of meetings with people, like apart from quarantine time?
No. Not meetings. I do have to wear like shirt and trousers to work.
You work with in office, not from home, yeah?
Office, yeah.
Tom, are you assuming that the week is during quarantine time or in 2021?
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just to say that, Patricia, you can ask questions if you want.
I'm thinking like next week.
Okay.
Oh, very pale. I've
Do
got
you
extra
think you would
ginger.
be able to... Do you have a place in mind where you would go to get these clothes?
Actually, right now, no. But
Have to order them.
assuming someone was also providing, whoever was mysterious benefactor providing whatever money it takes, also provides the clothes.
So that's your assumption, that you also get the clothes. Okay. Understood. Are you assuming that the clothes are that you get a wide selection of clothes then? Like you get to pick out clothes that would be somewhat to your taste?
Whatever I'd like.
Nice.
Too big.
As long as it's 3 sizes too big, you can have whatever you want.
Yeah.
What size is your hoodie right now?
What's that? What's that?
What size is your hoodie right now?
I'm not sure. I could take it off and try and find out. Might be a medium. I'm not sure.
Right. Yep. Okay. So it doesn't look currently loose. That's what I was trying to figure out. Because some people like to wear loose hoodies.
European medium.
European medium.
Yeah. I don't know if that's different to any other sort of medium.
Okay.
I think I've got a number.
Have a number.
Do I have a number? Hang on a second. I probably ought to.
And as Jason said, anyone watching can ask Tom questions before they write a number, but
And
we
it's okay,
are all
Patricia.
now choosing how much it would cost. Oh, Patricia asks, how much would you be traveling out and about during the week? I mean, given the quarantine, I'm assuming not very much.
Well, next week I'm due to be at work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Really? In the office?
Yep.
No.
Oh, wow, that changes everything. Thank you very much, Patricia. Are your
Maybe.
bosses lenient?
Yes. At the moment, they are. I mean,
The moment. Right, I've got
normally I would be public facing, but we're not letting public in the building at the moment. So.
that. Okay.
Okay, I've got a new number.
Is that allowed? No, joking. Of course it's.
Okay, is everyone else ready?
Mm-hmm.
Lena? Okay. I've said 1,000. Patricia said 200.
£1,000? £1,000? 100.
What did he say, Alina?
For some reason, I said free.
Well, it could be true. Tom, who's the closest without going over?
Yeah, new clothes.
Patricia is.
Whoa! Patricia
Hang on.
wins a point.
Hang on. No. I put 100.
And
Yeah,
Patricia
Patricia
got
got
200.
200.
You got 250. I thought you said free.
Nope. Alina
So
said free.
Yeah, so that means I'm closer.
No, it's me.
Patricia, yeah.
Oh, Patricia.
Yeah, but God-
Patricia.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
yeah.
still missed that number. Sorry, I was focusing on the 4. Sorry, you don't exist in my vision, Patricia.
So, Alina, your final challenge
Mhm.
to,
I'm ready.
oh my goodness, to let a Doberman, the dog, bite you on the leg.
Oh,
So I don't think that's anything that any of us would do for free.
No, it's not an interesting experience. I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless there's a good reason for it.
Yeah,
I
wondering the reason.
Yeah, congratulations, Patricia. Bits of applause.
sorry, Patricia.
So, how much money would it take Alina to let themselves be bitten on the leg by a Doberman? This is a horrible thing to happen to you. I mean, have you got... Jason?
Is the Doberman a friendly one that you're letting bite? Because some dogs bite out of fun. Yeah, friendly nibble. It's still a bite.
Yeah,
It still may be hurt. Still maybe hurts because different pain thresholds. A dog doesn't think you have that low pain threshold, but it, it's not a. That's not a sound a Doberman makes. But you get the idea.
Oh, yeah.
So how would you imagine this bite going down?
Well, I assume it's something that I couldn't predict. So kind of taking risk of it.
Yeah.
Like I can expect it would be gentle, but no guarantees because this race is supposed to be very aggressive in a way. However, I used to have a Rottweiler, which also supposed to be aggressive, but he was.
You mean Rottweiler?
Yeah, Rottweiler. So I don't know. Maybe it would be just gentle bit. Maybe it would be something with blood. I don't know.
So this is like a surprise attack. Now, whoever's giving you the money, it'll happen at any point in the future.
Alina, do you have do you feel like you're a good healer? Do you know what I mean? Like, as in, you don't suffer from hemophilia or any other issues that would make you particularly prone to your blood not clotting or anything like that?
Not this much. Yeah, lately you remember I showed you my wounds in my hands, so it was like pretty okay. Yes, I cope with.
Patricia has a question. Is it a dog or is it a human named Doberman?
Oh.
Actually, human bites can actually be worse because of all the bacteria that's in the mouth, the cross contamination.
Oh, definitely. This I think so. Yeah, all this potential risk of disease.
Especially now.
Yeah, I always been like this. Yeah, so now hopefully not much things happen.
So is this a dog or a human?
The dog, yeah, dog.
Alina, do you generally like dogs?
Second place?
Do you like dogs?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I really adore, I would say.
Oh, you love dogs. Okay.
And Patricia's second question is, what is your pain threshold? Can you tolerate a lot of pain?
Wow, I can't say for sure.
How much do you swear when you stub your toe?
Hey, Richard.
How much I swear? Okay.
If you stub your toe, that's kind of a good indication of someone's pain threshold.
Okay. Or also way how you express yourself.
Yeah, some people like go.
I've dropped my answer. My potential answer.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I swear, but like I would definitely make some sound or noise or whatever to express myself. Maybe not to swearing. I don't know. I think I'm quite sensitive to pain. Yeah.
So, for the amount of money that it would take Alina to let themselves be bit on the leg, by a Doberman, we have our guesses. Patricia says 50,000. I'm saying 10,000.
Well, there you go. I'm saying 10,500.
Ooh. And some said £10.
Oh, no, sorry.
10 million.
Just £10.
So what is the answer, Alina?
Come on. Things are not as not as pathetic. Just 300.
£300.
It's okay.
£300.
Yeah,
Oh my God, we were all way over.
We were.
You would let yourself be bit on the leg by a Doberman for £300?
300.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been bitten in childhood. I can tell you when I got bitten by a and it was fear of being bitten. So I know that even it would be like only from medical point of view in a way if there are any disease, but apart from that it was surprise. So basically Patricia was it close? No, Tom was it close? No.
Well,
no, it was
Andrew Dennison was the closest, but you have to be the closest without going over. And so that means that, again, no one got a point. This is a low-scoring game in 7 rounds. 3 points have been scored. So finally, Jason,
and
your
just
challenge...
Before you read that, I will just point out I have shared in the private chat proof that I've used an Atari ST for work and the fact that it cost me. just to prove a point. I'm a bit stubborn on this. I feel a little bit insulted that you didn't think I would.
Okay,
just because I carry an iPad with Disney on doesn't mean I don't read books.
Okay, Jason. Wear someone else's underwear for a full week.
Are these clean? Are these...
They start off clean. It's just someone else's underwear.
Well, I mean, someone else's complete collection of underwear or just one item?
Because it's both plural and singular.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Jason?
I'm thinking plural.
So you've got to wear all their underwear at the same time.
I didn't say that at all.
You were thinking that you could change through different bits of Michael's underwear.
Who did it Michael?
Are you thinking Michael's
if I'm going to wear other people's underwear, they're going to be interesting underwear, especially ones that are not necessarily the same as mine.
Okay, are you thinking of a particular person then?
No, just not very similar to mine, because I want to try.
Okay, I've got the number. Andrew asked, what gender are you imagining?
What gender? I'm not specifying a gender because underwear is not gendered. Except for maybe bras. But even then, no. Yeah, men who have breasts.
Okay. But I will say that some underwear, like some particular cuts of thongs, for example, some stuff that doesn't have quite so much in the front, if you do have genitals that stick out, they might not be able to conceal that.
Yeah, but they didn't say how to wear them right.
So
Are you imagining
wearing
them on your head or something?
You could do. You just said where.
The
question just said where.
Okay.
I mean, I could go full Superman and put them over everything.
Okay, wow.
Right, I've got an answer.
I've got an answer. Alina, have you got an answer?
Okay.
And Richard Head has an answer. Richard Head says £3.50.
That's even less than a pair of underwear. I mean, if everyone got an answer,
if you're going to go as low as £3.50, just to say you are allowed to go for zero, saying that Jason would do it for free, or you're allowed to say no amounts of money, which basically means infinite. And Alina, have you got an answer? And Andrew or Patricia, if you want to give an answer, you need to do it before we all finish revealing. And I've said free. Tom, free.
100.
Oh, that's the same as Patricia's.
Well, Patricia and Alina are correct. It's 100. Because quite frankly, I would do it, but at the same time, it's a lot of hassle. I've trained myself into my underwear. I know how my underwear fits. I know what specifications I'm looking for when I go and buy my underwear, what patterns I like, because I match my underwear to my outfit. Just a little bit too much information for you out there on Facebook land. So, for example, if I'm wearing a lot of red for when I'm working for Bears at a convention, I will try my best to match my underwear to the rest of the outfit. No idea why. The only person who's going to see it is my husband. It just feels good. Just
in case something glides down, maybe, or
no, it just feels good. So I always try to match my socks. So because this is a mishmash of geekery, and I'm wearing Doctor Who things, I thought I had another geek to it. I don't know if you can see that. Starks.
Oh wow.
This is an uncomfortable angle for me. So I thought extra mishmash. But if I was wearing Doctor Who, just a Doctor Who, I would wear Doctor Who socks.
So in the final analysis, with 2 points being scored in that final round, we say that a total of 5 points were scored in that 8-round game.
Who won?
So in third place, we had the early favourite, Tom Cauldron. And then in joint first place, we had Alina and Patricia. Who both said that, who both scored the second points on right at the end. So congratulations, Alina and Patricia.
Oh, and Andrew also rolled almost 100, yeah.
Yeah. So, have a quick intermission. So, just to remind people, if you want to win any of my stuff, you can choose Yogi or In a Bind or In a Bind Junior, and or Kitty Cataclysm or Wibble or Deluxe, soon to be known as the L deck. You can shoot a message in the comments. Tell us something that you enjoyed recently. Tell us something that you had fun with. And make sure that in your sentence there are 2 words starting with the letter B. And if you were to enter the competition, Tom, what would you say?
I don't know.
Babybel?
Yes.
Have you actually enjoyed any baby? Has anyone eaten any Babybel recently?
Not in the last decade, I don't think.
The nearest I've gone to Babybel is those Marmite cheeses. I don't like Marmite, but I do like those Marmite cheeses. You can get like a little mini. They're overly priced. They're so expensive for just a little like net of them. I'm not sure what you net. You know what I mean. But there's like a little round of Marmite cheese, and it's really nice, especially melted. But I don't like Marmite cheese. Marmite with cheese. I don't like Marmite on its own. I like Marmite in cheese. I don't know why.
I've enjoyed that.
Although I do miss, as well as the subject of cheese, please tell me I'm not the only one who misses the chocolate Philadelphia.
I never had that.
I think I've had that. That was really nice, actually. Yeah,
That was really nice, and then just disappeared. I was like, why?
Yeah.
That makes such a nice cheesecake as well.
Oh.
That.
And
By the way, I will say, if I disappear, if my sound goes, it's because I've noticed my headphones are slowly giving up their life, and it's only just started, and one ear is starting to go. I'm not sure, because that's the ear that's connected to the microphone.
My fingers crossed.
I have no idea. I'm actually currently looking while we're playing.
I will let you know if you do cut out. And
Thank you.
Patricia said such a lovely thing about the last game, that even though Patricia and Alina won, we are all winners here.
Yeah, we are.
And that is what it's all about.
This isn't Fable.
But now we are going to start Giftable, which is, although that's not Fable either, and we don't have everyone winning Giftable either. So let me explain Giftable, if everyone's okay with that. So, Giftable, giving gifts to fictional people. Giftable. That's just a song for Giftable.
I'll get my melodica.
Go on, do it. I dare you. Okay, bring us a melody. Play us something in a major tone. That doesn't sound major.
It's not major, but it was what you were singing.
Yeah.
You were in definitely in a minor.
Yeah, but
mine
let's change it up. Let's change it up.
Okay, I'm going to just play C, because C, just think about it late at night.
Giftable, 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 giftable. Giftable is about fictional people. Okay, that's Giftable. Okay, so Giftable, basically, I will be the first judge. I will explain how it works. So I come up with the name of a person, starting with R or M. And I'm going to say the name of this person is Robin, spelt with a Y. Now, Robin, spelt with a Y, has a vocation, a career, some sorts of job or passion, starting with one of these letters. And I'm going to say Robin is a dragon tamer. Yeah.
Ooh.
Robin's pretty kick-ass. And now, everyone has to think of a gift that's made of two words. One word has to start with O or U. One word has to start with A or M, not necessarily in that order. And then when people are ready, stick up your hands. Or if you're in the comments, just type it out. And I'll carry on telling you a bit about Robin the Dragon Tamer whilst everyone ponders what might make a good gift. So Robin the Dragon Tamer was raised by wolves. Robin the Dragon Tamer learns that, animals can get on with each other. And Robin the Dragon Tamer decided that dragons, far from being these beasts that people should be scared of, are these wonderful creatures that people could work with. And that's why Robin has now brought, managed to tame the great dragon that was terrorizing everyone. But, sometimes things go badly. Okay. So as Tom or Alina, okay,
Yeah.
Richard had a metal umbrella, and
That
you're
melts.
quite, and it's totally fine to explain why this would be a good gift. Jason, tell me about your gift.
So this gift would help tame the last animal left to tame, the most vile of creatures, the scourge of the earth. I would give Robert magical overtones. Robin, magical overtones to train the human race.
Magical overtones.
So I wanted to sing like a Pied Piper. And
Nice.
end of war.
Tom.
Okay, well, I think Robin done a great job in, stopping all the dragons terrorizing the land and thing. But now I think they need to monetize it and go into show business with the troop of trained dragons, for which you will need a magnificent uniform.
A magnificent uniform.
Yeah, just for the showmanship.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, and Richard, if you want to spin a yarn about your metal umbrella, you can, or you don't have to. And Alina, what would you give Robin, the dragon tamer?
I think it would be amazing to enjoy in all that also authentic music, which would give amazing vibes. Authentic music.
And Patricia has offered an orange flame retardant mask, which I'm going to allow. I am going to award this. I think, Robin is already doing a good job of taming these dragons. I don't think Robin really needs the flame retardant mask, but I think Robin quite likes the idea of, moving on with either music, but going into show business might be a fun thing. So I think it's going to go to Tom. So Tom, give us a person.
Liam.
Liam the...
I was hoping Fee would come up, Liam the cat, but no. Okay. Liam the orangutan rescuer.
Liam the orangutan rescuer.
Yeah.
And whilst we think of a present, feel free to tell us a little bit more about Liam.
Well, Liam has dedicated his life to preserving the endangered species that is the orangutans. So he's travelled all the way to Alaska to try and help with the orangutan effort. Discovered that there weren't any orangutans there, so went on to Borneo. And yeah, he's just really dedicated to his job. He's just sort of really committed. I think probably once he saves the orangutans, he'll move on to a different species, but one step at a time.
So Jason and Alina, if you've got anything in your mind, stick your
I'm
hand.
thinking. Can I just do a quick test? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can.
Excellent. My backup pair works.
So something for Liam, the orangutan rescuer, who's still working on actually rescuing people.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Internal threat.
Oh, sorry, Alina, when you've got an idea, you just raise your hand.
Oh, you have like the system. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got two people with ideas. Okay, so what I think Liam would like is someone to help them along the way. They would like someone who might be a little bit halfway between the humans and the orangutans. For example, a domesticated yeti.
Someone's been watching Monsters Inc. Or Monsters. No, Monsters University. That's the one.
Jason, what's your answer?
Has yellow tuxedo.
Might be a reason behind that. Anyway, Jason.
So I'm guessing that the traveling gets a bit costly, considering going around the world all the time. So I would give the gift of infinite travel.
Oh, nice. That's
That's a good
wow.
gift.
Or, as my second one was, instant teleportation. There was two of them.
You've got to choose one.
I mean, they're the same thing. Infinite travel is instant teleportation.
Alina, have you got an answer?
Well, I feel now frustrated because my idea was infinite threat, and now I feel for traveling it's a more diverse option because with threat you can do much things. However, still it could be super helpful in the like all the rescue operation because like even you would be in different places, you couldn't do this. Without some equipment like that. So that is kind of also a magical one, so it's never ends. And it also change its shape, so it could be very like thin or simply just magical one. So like really don't undervalue the importance of it. It's absolutely necessary in any rescue operation, believe me.
Okay.
The conviction in that.
We need some thread.
If we ever end up having mock debates on this stream, I am being on your team.
Okay. Deal.
So, Tom, pick a winner.
Unless I would understand, because sometimes like, oh, okay, what it was. If I would understand, yeah.
I won a debate once where I had to argue against one of my favourite composers, Murray Gold, and I had to argue that his scores were not good for Doctor Who. I love his scores, and I won the debate. I felt so wrong.
It's a bit cruel to do that to you. Right, so for Liam, I think we've gone way beyond the realms of possible gifts now, haven't we? GIFTABELL has sort of developed.
Yeah, it says fantastical gifts for fictional people.
Yeah, but I think
what it says on the bottom.
Liam is a down-to-earth, practical young man, and he just thinks infinite travel is going to, for himself and all his orangutan companions, to a place of safety whenever he needs it. So, Jason.
Congratulations, Jason. Boom. Oh, Jason, if you had your L deck, I could sort of pass it to you, and then you could pretend that you're getting it. But maybe for next time.
If I had it out,
for next time, yeah.
To be fair,
so Jason,
I don't have that copy open because I want to leave that one shut until the other one gets completely ruined.
Yeah, I don't have many of them left. So what's this person's name?
This person's name is Fuchsia.
And they are?
And they are... Oh, I don't know. Does it have to begin with those, or does it just need to inspire?
It has to be beginning with either E or K. But it could be a job or it could be a trait.
They are an entertainment operator at a haunted house.
Oh.
Because I thought eek.
And now we need to come up with a present for, was it Patricia?
Fuchsia,
sorry. So tell us about Fuchsia.
So they're a fairly light-hearted person. They tend to... They love scaring, but they don't like to be scary. But they do enjoy the dark and the horror, and they always aim to make that their attraction the best attraction and hire the best actors that they can possibly can. But day to day, Fuchsia's more of a fluffy person, more light-hearted, more into the Fae, and the Fae are not fluffy. I just realised I know my lore; they're not fluffy at all. But into the more fantastical, light-hearted elements of fantasy, rather than the dark, grimy reality of fantasy. Tom, do I keep going?
Well, has anyone else got a...
So, we've got Bez.
Sure. Okay.
Shall I?
So call upon us.
So I'm going to go with Tom, who was first.
Okay, I'm sure that working in a haunted house, they do have to do a lot of the sound effects themselves. So to help Fuchsia along with this, I'm going to get a boo instrument.
A boo instrument.
Yeah, for doing all the boos.
As opposed to a blue instrument, which is a rip-off from a sitcom called How I Met Your Mother.
Not one I've ever seen.
You're lucky.
Apparently had Doogie Howser in.
Okay, I'm going to say an inch tall bunny. So just a tiny bunny that's 1 inch tall. And, Fuchsia clearly loves...
Is inch tall one word?
I'm kind of hyphenating it into one word.
Okay.
Patricia, Richard, anyone got any more?
Yeah. Well, I guess if for all your scaring experiments and practice, it would be very practical to have non-breakable bubble, which you can use like every time you just like sending like for people, and then like they could scare them for how react, but it's never breaks.
It is technically meant to be one letter from one card and one letter from the other card.
Oh, okay. I haven't known.
Yeah.
But
I didn't realise that. Yes. So we've got a hyphenated word, a word that contains two letters from one card.
So technically, I win, right?
Unless anyone has any more ideas, I'll allow one more from the ones who didn't get one that was technically legal.
So you're disqualifying inch tall bunny?
Yeah, it's not hyphenated. It's not a true hyphenated
I'm going
word.
to say quixotic bunny. Just a bunny that's a bit out there, but it's still cute. It's because clearly Fuchsia wants cute things.
Okay. Anything for you, Alina?
Wait, we do another round.
I'm just going to find the two that you and Bez have said, because Bez was hyphenated and yours used two from the same. You'd only get away with that if you managed to use all 4 letters.
Ooh.
Because then technically you would be using two.
But it should be noun and adjective?
It should be one from one card each.
But what part of the language is it specified or no?
Not really. It's a 2-word present. So one.
Yeah.
Now adjective noun is the usual way to do it. But
okay. I was wondering, like, if you can say in, like I is in word in.
Yep.
Yeah, we can, like in babble, which is not breaking. No, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, so I do like the idea of the non-breakable bubble, but I'm going to have to. I'm a bit cruel. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to disqualify that one, but I do like it. I just want to point out that I'm only technically disqualifying it. I like the bunny. I really do like the bunny. I do like the boo invention, or whatever it's called. Boo. What you call
instruments.
Boo instruments. But there is a lot more to making people scared than boo, and Fuchsia would know this. The boo is just the tip of the iceberg. The example: iceberg coming towards you. That is also scary. So I'm going to have to go with the word I cannot pronounce, bunny.
Quixotic bunny! Yay!
Quixotic bunny, I think you said.
Quixotic.
It's quixotic.
Quixotic, yeah.
So I get to judge the 4th one, which is going to be Velma, who is a zoologist.
I'm so glad we got that card out of the way.
Velma loves animals. And, Velma sometimes likes to go around thinking, what would these elephants be like if they had wings? But, you know, Velma isn't tempted by this crazy science of, you know, grafting wings onto elephants or anything like that. Velma just sometimes considers these questions and likes to look out because there's all sorts of wondrous animals under the sea or on the land or just in other countries. I mean, you can go to Australia and you get all sorts of crazy things, or indeed sometimes just in your own backyard. Well, I'm going to start with Jason. What's your present for Velma the zoologist?
Okay, at first I was very specific with the creature, but actually I realised that as you went on that she likes not just elephants. So whilst elephant jets would be fantastic, actually she'd prefer animal planes.
So is an animal plane like? Is that like a plane that shapes like an animal?
No, these are planes that are designed to be flown by the animals, by specific animals.
Ooh.
So the controls would change to fit the hoof or the whatever. I can't think of hoof and that's it.
Paw or whatever.
Paw, yeah. I can't believe I forgot paw.
Alina, what would you give Velma?
Well, as long as you can search new types of zoological kinds and everything, I would offer you the annual jungle pass, where you can go like during the whole year. Pass, like it allows you to enter all the jungles. Without any limitation, and you can search there or make research about like anything you would like.
So it's a jungle pass, which just lets you go in and do whatever you want and explore the jungle to your heart's content.
And actually, it's for 1 year. It's annual because it's.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like it makes sense to use another extra letter.
Well. It could just be a jungle pass that lasts forever. Why not?
Oh, well.
Tom.
If it doesn't matter the A, so yeah, let it be forever.
So you're only using 2 letters normally. Okay. And from Richard suggests edible animals, which is an interesting one there, although technically animals are kind of edible. I mean, humans are edible. Like, I can't think of, like... I guess we can't. We don't normally eat the bones, but I mean, we can eat the entirety of an insect.
You could probably boil the bones down to make a nice stew or stock of some kind.
You can grind bones.
Yeah. Bone flour.
And Patricia, I just realised I missed something. Patricia has gone for a pretty jumper. Quite a nice gift. Just something that's fairly practical for Velma.
Yeah. I think Velma's enjoys her zoological work and would just like something cute to remind herself of it at night. So maybe some jaguar pajamas.
Oh.
I mean, surely Velma has got enough jumpers with nicking them from her girlfriend Daphne. That is a true headcanon that people have, that Velma and Daphne are a couple, and so are Fred and Shaggy. The other headcanon is they're all in one big fantastic poly relationship. This is a new thing on the not so new thing on the internet that I discovered recently.
Okay, let's talk about these jaguar pajamas. Are these pajamas that make you look like a jaguar?
No, they just sort of.
Made out of jaguars?
They're not made out of jaguars. They're just a comfy material with nice jaguar spots. They might have a little hood. You can put up. We've got little ears on. I don't know.
Okay.
That'll be optional, I think. I think you could probably take off.
Out of all the things, I like the jungle pass. That seems like a nice thing, but I think that Velma would already have the privilege to go into the jungle, I'm assuming. I mean, edible animals, I'm not sure that's so exciting. Pretty Jumper's quite a good one, but I think that the jaguar pajamas are closer, better. But I think the one that if all of these things were given to Velma, the one that would change Velma's life the most would possibly be the animal planes. But then, is that something that Velma would actually like? I mean, because would these animals wreak destruction? Let's hope not. Let's hope that, these planes aren't equipped with any guns or anything like that. Let's assume that they're just for animals to go around where they want, which would be pretty cool. And I think that, I think Velma would go for the animal planes.
Awesome. So, if I just get my deck out.
So I will give you...
I haven't got it out.
Oh. What's the person's name?
This person is called Oscar.
Oscar is...
And, oh no, PG-13. He is a dentist.
And Oscar the dentist needs a present. Shh.
So, Oscar is fairly new to the dentistry, only just graduated. Hasn't quite realised how bad British teeth can be. And how much some of us forget. And also how much tea stains the teeth. That's what it really is. But they're starting up their new practice. They're with some other graduates that he knows, and he's getting there. He's got a few clients, but on the weekend he's not just a dentist. Of course, a dentist's full life would be a very dull life indeed. No. He likes to cosplay. He's a huge cosplayer. He doesn't always go for the traditional and the most notable, and he doesn't have the biggest budget, but he tries his best. He does like a few closet cosplays, where the ones you just grab out of the cupboard and see what you've got. Maybe a few adaptations if possible. He's not particularly skilled, but he does it for the fun, and he loves it. So we've got one answer. Okay, I'll continue. So as well as cosplaying, obviously comes with this field another type of geekery, and this is he collects lids. Just lids of items that there may be unloved items that maybe someone threw out a board game that doesn't work. Yeah, it's missing all the bits. But he will take that box lid and he will put it on display. These are slightly strange, but normally goes for the artwork, not just because it's vintage, because it looks good. Do we have two now then?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So we've got three. Okay, so I am going to go for Alina first.
It's one weekend shooting session with your favorite cosplay clothes. So you would go to have like everything documented, with professional photographer in a nice studio. So it would be a nice memory for you.
Nice. Shooting session.
Shooting session, I like it. And double S.
Yeah.
Oh, Patricia chimed in with a Harlequin costume.
Nice. Okay.
Let's go to cosplay.
I did not see that one until you said it, and that makes sense. I know that was from last round. So, Tom?
What was I going to say? Oh, yes. I'm going to get this person that I forgot the name of. Oscar, a silver crown, because when we present it, we can sort of make sort of jokes about crowns, and it'll be really funny, and it'll be like fun. And do
you mean a crown to put on the head, or do you mean...
a crown to put on the head, but we'll pretend that it's going to be one for his teeth, but then
okay,
and it'll be funny.
So we're gonna dentist plus dad joke equals
dentist dad joke, yeah.
And Bez.
Well, I was thinking this is a bit crazy, But I was thinking maybe Oscar wants to do crowns, do dentistry for people who are super nerdy, also into cosplay. So what's if you dressed up your little teeth? So what's if you had a superhero crown? So like, if you had a superhero crown, so it looks like your tooth was like a little superhero, so you'd be saying, and then someone would see like this little thing that makes one of your teeth look like Batman. Like it would have like a little Batman mask instead of where a tooth should be. And this is something that now Oscar can start a brand new business for cosplay dentistry.
Mm.
Okay. Now, whilst I do have friends who have fashioned their teeth into fangs because they are, all in all, they are awesome vampires. That the idea of a cape hanging off a teeth would not only be impractical, but it'd also be a hazard, choking hazard for if it falls off. Plus,
it doesn't have to be an actual cape. It could just look like
anything.
a cape.
Look like a cape. So you're going to fashion the tooth into a cape, or
so it's basically it's a crown, but it's kind of coloured so that it looks like Batman, for example, or Wonder Woman, or any other superhero.
Though. You're going to always change it hat. So it's completely impractical, and if done wrong, it's going to cause more issues. Then again, there are people who, and I know people who have gone for very extreme body modifications, and they have worked out well, and they look awesome. So who knows? Maybe someone is hearing this and going, "I'll take that idea." In which case, it's copyrighted stuff by Bez, and you owe them money.
You can have that idea for free, but please send me pictures.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Please send pictures if you do.
Okay. I've got to mind myself because I was. We had a silver crown, so we're going on the teeth theme here. The crown. And what do we have? A show.
Shooting session.
So shooting session.
And a Harley Quinn costume.
He would possibly like the Harley Quinn costume. I have to give that serious consideration. However, Harley Quinn is everywhere. And as I said, he doesn't always go for the most popular characters. He prefers the obscure and does it for what he likes. Sometimes he even goes in as background character number 27. And he literally snapshots it and makes sure he's got the wristwatch in the wrong place from the dressed in medieval clothing. You know that right accuracy. So I'm going to have to go with Alina's shooting session because he will proudly display those in his office.
So it's Alina.
We need to have our own deck open with exactly. Just bring it.
Yeah, I have it actually somewhere. Yeah, I can.
So Alina, what's the name of the? Let's call this the final person.
Robert.
The final person.
Robert is a.
Do you mean Robin?
Robert.
No, this is Robert. It's a completely different.
Theologist.
Ooh. And our two cards are SG and IL. I'll actually put these two down. So, tell us about Robert the Theologist, for whom we are giving a present.
So Robert, he's a big traveler in the inside his head, but he never went out of his town. So he was studying a lot and reading a lot of books, and one to another he has a huge library, and also he can't even walk too far because all his room is full of books. Okay, you already have ideas? Best?
Okay, I think that as a theologist, Robert wants to know answers. Robert loves studying. Robert loves books. So what Robert really wants more than anything is supreme information.
Okay. Okay.
Not just the normal level of information, the supreme information.
But where is this information coming from?
Oh, it's like sent from like the most incredible place. It's like the information that gives you all the ultimate answers to life, the universe, and everything. And it tells you everything about the afterlife and about the existence of God or otherwise. This is the supreme information.
Out of top of galaxy. Okay. Yeah, Tom?
Well, I think the supreme information could come from revolutionizing theology by having first-hand account. So I would get him a God interview.
A God interview? Oh my God, that would be a better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite sure how I'd procure that, but that's the aim.
And how it would be, with call or video call or like?
It has to be
What are you doing
on
today?
video call
Nothing
now.
much. Just Skyping God.
Would it be on Skype or which platform? Who would be, sponsor of that? Yeah,
That would be a lot of. I mean, at least I hope it's not on phone, because that would be a costly phone call.
Yeah, I would be jealous, and I would wonder, like, if I can apply for this interview as well. Then, okay, nice.
So theology is not just the study of a God, but the study of religion itself and the origins and how religion and spirituality creeps into everyday life. So it's clear that Robert likes doing it. Robert loves studying. He's really into it. I can relate. So I'm going to grant him a gigantic library. This isn't just on theology books. It goes all the way to like the Red Dwarf novels, all the way to the study of zoology. There is religion and spirituality in literally everything that one does. Even if someone calls themselves atheist, that doesn't necessarily mean they're literally opposing. That view is that there is no theism. So that is in itself rooted in the idea that there is a theism. To be opposed to one, you have to have. Yeah, it's a paradox, but it's there. So I call myself an atheist, but that doesn't mean that I am opposing myself to the concept of something. So he would want to study the comic books, the fan fiction of those comic books, the fan fiction of the fan fiction. This is a gigantic library of knowledge.
Wow.
Gigantic library.
Yeah,
You've got
sounds like
gigantic library, the supreme information, or the God interview.
Well, so I need to give an answer, now?
Yeah, you need to say which one's the best present that Robert's been given.
Choose your favourite person. No, joking. Choose your favourite answer.
Well,
Or
yeah. Like it, like was it birthday, or what was the occasion for the gift?
Well, we just decided that Robert deserves some gifts. I don't know, maybe it's their 50th or something. Maybe it's some big landmark.
Okay. Well,
there's another way of thinking. People think about the landmark is the study of oneself, and the choices that you make, choices are consequences. There you
go. Well, okay, so I would say this birthday or anniversary went amazingly because all the things were helpful and tempting, And yeah, this library is super practical and superficial knowledge. Yeah, it was not knowledge or like what
Supreme intellect was, I think, was
intellect,
and then you got an interview with God.
Yeah, but I really feel that all this, it would be helpful, but in a way somehow so exciting to have this interview with God. So I'll go for one with Tom. That good interview.
Congratulations, Tom. I think that was also clearly the best one. So in the final analysis, Tom and Jason won with a joint 2 points. And I also, scored with 1 point each.
Okay.
You're also here.
And so now it's finally, we're having our final competition time banner go up, which, just to remind everyone to enter this competition, which we already have Richard Head and Patricia have already entered in it. And it's competition time, competition time. Jason's going to make some melody and I'll maybe rhyme. So, to enter the competition, you've got to write a sentence describing the thing that you've enjoyed in the past week, and make sure to have at least 2 words that start with B in your sentence.
This letter, the letter B. B.
Right.
So, and let us go round the circle and talk about a happy thing that we have enjoyed, not necessarily involving the letter B. But Jason, do you have a recent joy that you would like to share?
I do. On Tuesday, when I skived out of playing games with you lot, I was actually invited to an improvisation session with a group that I normally play with. They normally host on Sundays. I'm normally busy on Sundays, so they moved it for me on a Monday, and then they had to move to Tuesday, so I had to skip out. I got super excited. And although I missed that element of physically being there, because there is something about improvising physically in the room with someone. There's a whole kind of atmosphere. I wouldn't call myself a spiritual person, but there's that I don't know. It's the nearest I get to a spiritual or meditative sensation of that kind of euphoria that I've ever gotten, except for one, which is a concert. That's another thing. But the fact that I got to play some music just freely, because we're a free improvisation group, so anything went, was just wonderful. It was really lighting up my week with all the stress of the admin that goes with my PhD, running a conference and all that stuff. It was nice just to stop and play for the first time since January, actually, before the lockdown. So it's been a while.
Nice. Well, it's good. I mean, obviously, I think that you're absolutely right that quite a lot of these digital gatherings are not exactly the same, but still having a little bit of that joy and being able to still come together in some sense is a wonderful thing. I'm going to get rid of that banner. For myself, I'm going to say my joy was actually having a quick chat with Tiz yesterday. So we were chatting to about the game that got signed up, not to kind of bang on about it, but Seize the Power. We chatted to Peter Blenkhorn about how the development of it's going to go. So it's in a good place for 4 to probably 6 players. And we were basically chatting because there's some desire to make it 1 to 8 players would be like amazing from a publication point of view. So the question is, with 1 player, could we have an AI for 8 players? What could we do to simplify it? And then we had this idea of what if we had a tribe of characters who have like maybe no arms, and they have like an eye, and they have like universal basic income, but then these characters, they only get 1 action each turn instead of 2. And that would kind of help speed up the game. And these characters are kind of the lowest cost, if you know what I mean. And I wouldn't
use the word cast.
Pardon?
Wouldn't use the word caste.
But isn't that what I'm talking about? Like where you've got the different castes in like Indian society quite often.
Class, I would say, yeah. I thought you said caste.
I thought
With a
that's
T.
the word it is, caste.
Yeah.
It's got some negative connotations, that's for sure.
Each of the hereditary classes of Hindu society. Okay, I didn't realize that there were negative connotations. Maybe we can have a... But, okay, I guess class is just a good...
I mean, literally, yes. It means what you're saying it means, but I can see... Yeah.
But anyway, so they are the lowest class of society, and they are massively discriminated against. They can't even do 2 actions, but they do get this universal basic income. And maybe in this version, everyone's got universal basic income. So it's just some ideas going around that would be really interesting for us to try. And I was like, yeah, actually, I'm excited about this again. So it was nice. And also, I've been walking around at 8ish, which is a really nice thing to do sometimes. See a bit of the twilight. How about you, Alina or Tom? Do you have any joys to share?
I have one with a B in fact. I've finished a craft project just today. Well, sort of nearly. Got a couple of early finished a blanket.
Yay! A brilliant blanket.
It's red and...
Kind
No,
of purplish.
Is it?
Red.
Is that
think
white and
coffee and
gold or
red.
blue and black?
Yeah, I never saw that. Yeah, I'm told it's red and green and a bit of yellow. So
That's
Green.
very nice.
yeah,
I see orange.
it could be orange. Yeah,
There is very orange lights.
autumnal
where
colours
Tom is.
anyway.
Well done. So you actually made that yourself.
Yeah, just during lockdown. I mean, Shakespeare wrote King
Awesome.
Lear, Newton
Going to-
revolutionised maths and physics.
Let's see this blanket properly. I thought you were going to... Okay. We're seeing this blanket now.
Nice. How long?
That's a nice blanket.
How long did that take you?
Couple of months. I don't know.
Impressive. I just have a bit of figure knitting that I've had since I was 13, and it's damaged the same ball of wool.
It took me the entire first season of Elementary, which is the American Sherlock Holmes thing.
Which is surprisingly good. I didn't expect it to be that good.
No, it was quite good. It's different to the Benedict Cucumber Patch one, but in a different way.
And Alina, do you have any joys that you wish to share?
Always.
Pardon?
A lot. Always. And a
Pick
lot.
just one.
So today, I was wondering which one to choose. Basically, I had a break between my quarantine, between making my quarantine illustration, which I decided I will regularly do with animals, and maybe like you saw one last with a dog, which is like staring on the moon, and it was so exciting moment for me, like talking about how I'm doing my art. So like once I feel this, some scenes that capture, just like they go deep inside of me, and then I realize, oh, I need to do it. And then I had like kind of a break that I haven't done it, and like today I come back to this idea, and like was feeling so fulfilled that finally, okay, I summarize it, and like I published, and I have this dog watching on the moon.
That is
I felt so relieved. I can show you like this one. It was like,
Let me make you bigger. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, that is the best feeling to have. I can. The times I've been swearing at a rule set or a piece of music I'm writing or playing, I just cannot get this. It's taking me weeks. I take a break. I come back and say, "Oh, fantastic! That's done."
Yeah, making art and making you feel so good, like really.
Why is there another cat in front of you, Tom?
Yeah, sit at Liam again.
Okay, so Before we finish up for tonight, you three, someone has to say stop at some point.
Stop.
What did he say? Did he say stop?
Right hand.
Right hand's this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so right hand has been chosen. So that means that the winner is Patricia. The other card was Richard's head. But congratulations, Patricia. So to claim your prize, please get in touch with me. Tell me where you're based, and you can either pick a game or I can help you choose. And yeah, get in touch and congratulations, Patricia. Woo!
Actually, it's my card because it's my initial, yes, Alina Potemska. So I feel like, yeah, it's good card.
Yeah, this is. And we've got one specially for Richard's head, which was quite fun. And there are a few people who. Tom Cauldron also has a card. There's Tom's card.
Oh, Tom's card.
But
My
Jason
card
Hodgson
doesn't
will
exist.
never have a card.
No, but I have a T-shirt, and that's cooler. Which, if those of you follow the stream, you'll notice that I think I've worn it twice now on the stream, maybe only
Awesome.
once. And it's red. It's got an L deck card with J and H and 3, because the JH are my initials, and the 3 signifies that I got it for after 3 years of service, 3 years of volunteering for Bez, with Bez now. So
Yeah. And now you're actually working for me in a somewhat paid capacity.
Yeah.
And that has been it. And I'm glad to see that Patricia is excited by the thing. So yeah, message me via the Facebook. And I'm very glad that you've enjoyed the whole thing. And thank you, Patricia, for watching. Thank you, Richard, for joining in. Thank you, Andrew, for popping along. Yeah, everyone who's kind of been part of the stream, it's been super lovely to have you all. Even to those of you maybe who are watching but being silent, that's totally okay. That's your prerogative. If you just want to listen because you just want to have some empty noise, I mean, ultimately, we are having fun, and I hope that it's also fun to watch. And as we wrap up, I guess that's all we've got left to do, unless anyone has anything urgent that they massively need to say. Tom?
Nothing urgent.
Jameson? Alina?
I mean, I have a recommendation of a Netflix series. If
Okay.
someone honestly, because binge watching is the best thing to do right now. I finished it months ago, but I do recommend The Good Place.
Oh yeah, that is very good.
It's very good, and it's both funny, deep, and tears you up. I was broken. I was broken when I watched the finale. I'm not spoiling it, but it's a journey, that's for sure.
If you like things that delve into the kind of, what happens after you die a little bit, and
it's just,
it's nice.
It's got a great cast as well. It's just
you'll know after episode 1 whether you like it or not.
Exactly.
But
You either that or
for
Orange is the New
now-
Black. Honestly, watch either of those.
All that's left to do is say bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is the bye, bye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, bye. Bye bye. This is the end of the show. Bye bye. Bye bye. And now it's time to go.
Bye.
Bye bye.